Hello, for those of you who I haven't yet had the opportunity to meet, I'm Eric Miller, and I've been the director of DCS for almost 3 months now. These past years, we've scheduled a mid-year update from the director every July. This year, that was following close on the heels of our leadership change, and it did not feel like a natural spot to stop and reflect on our accomplishments. However, I didn't want to miss the opportunity to speak to all of you for a few minutes, just to say thank you. And I mean that. Thank you all, sincerely, for keeping the course during this period of transition. We've reorganized our executive team a little bit, with Sarah Sailors and Aaron Atwell now serving in top leadership roles. Sarah as our Chief Deputy Director and Senior Advisor, and Aaron as our Chief of Staff. Rhonda Allen is now our Deputy Director of Field Operations, and Allison Bannister is our Assistant Deputy Director of Field Operations for the Central Region. We've got a great team, but we still have a few roster spots that need to be filled. Carrie Dabbs from IU Health will be joining us as our new Deputy Director of Staff Development on August 21st. Our leadership team is working hard, just as you work hard, every day to keep children safe. You do what it takes to keep families together. You are all laser focused on doing what's best for Indiana kids. Thank you for that. In my short time as director, I've had the opportunity to visit DCS offices around the state. During those visits, we have heard your concerns about being on call so often and not receiving any form of compensation while assigned to on-call standby duty. To that end, we are researching ways that this issue has been tackled in other states and are working toward a solution that best addresses the concerns we have heard. We also recognize that career growth for our FCMs is essential to retain the highest quality and most experienced team, and to produce the best outcomes for our children and families. We are creating an FCM career development program that will provide key learning opportunities and will recognize knowledge and experience with advancement. Your hard work is important, and we want to be a part of your continued success at DCS. More information about this career development program at DCS will be rolled out soon. As I mentioned in a recent Friday update, we also continue to work towards steady progress on our staffing goals. Recruitment and retention are priority items. In regard to the recruitment of FCMs, we strive toward a minimum of 100% compliance of the caseload standard in every county. We have seen much improvement in this area, but we know that we still have work to do. We are closely monitoring all counties to ensure that caseloads are appropriate to help support our FCMs. My appreciation for our staff and the hard work that they do continues to grow tremendously. I am truly inspired by you and everything you do on behalf of Hoosier children and families. It's difficult work and work that does not go unnoticed. I look forward to seeing more of you soon as our leadership team visits more local offices across the state. I'm so proud of some great things we've accomplished recently. The General Assembly passed a budget that funded a kinship stipend. I thank them for doing so, and Governor Holcomb for supporting DCS in this effort. The kinship stipend is a huge win for our agency and for our unlicensed caregivers. We worked hard to push this across the finish line, and we're excited about its implementation. The first $300 a month payment per child will be going out this month. I also wanted to touch base on the adoption subsidy floor. This summer we celebrate 1 year since we set the floor for adoption subsidy payments at 50% of the foster care maintenance payment amount that would have been payable for the eligible child's care if the child were in foster care for all eligible adoptions. Previously, all adoption subsidy negotiations had begun at lower payment levels. This is another big win for our agency and the children we care for, as it's really helped us get kids to permanency faster and eliminated some red tape. Now, one thing I've heard from many of you is that it's more important to do things right than to do things quickly. We're trying to keep that in mind as we work to improve our agency. Continuous improvement is a worthy goal, but we don't have to change everything all at once. We will make improvements and evaluate them to be certain that we are thoughtfully addressing concerns before we move on to the next project. We've heard you loud and clear. The pace and frequency of lean events was too much. That's why we've announced that we're slowing the pace of these events. We've also decided to regroup on the iKids and Invest IT projects. These projects are paused as we evaluate feedback and determine what's needed to deliver systems that address our agency needs. But it's important to note that both projects are very much moving forward. Finally, I want to thank you all for completing the survey about our updated agency values, sharing what matters most to you. Your feedback is helping drive us forward, and I wanted to share the top 5 things you selected in the survey. They're child safety, a culture of safety, continuous improvement, transparency, and permanency. Those will all be part of our updated values, but there are certainly more values that we continue to aspire to daily. I am personally very excited to announce child safety as our top value moving forward. Child safety must be of paramount importance and is at the core of our work. I'm also excited to add permanency back to our values. One of our top initiatives over the next 18 months will be to reduce the average time to permanency for children in foster care. Expect to hear more about this soon, as Casey Family Programs has already begun assisting us with this initiative, and your involvement will be critical in helping more children find permanent families quickly. Be on the lookout, as we will announce our entire set of new values in an updated True North soon. I plan to do a full-length presentation in the early part of next year with a look back at all of 2023. I'm excited to see where we are at that time. Thank you for your time and for all you do. You are a valuable part of our team, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.